Good morning, students. In today's class, we will start a new chapter. Here is a pattern of squares. Observe the pattern. Can you guess how many small boxes will be there in a square having 5 rows and 5 columns? So let's count in each first. In the first square, there is only one column and one row. In the second, there is 2 columns and 2 rows, and there are total 4 small boxes in the square. Similarly, in the third square, there are 9 small boxes, and in the fourth one, there are 16 small boxes. So, the question was, how many small boxes will be there in a square having 5 rows and 5 columns? To understand this, let's multiply number of rows and number of columns in each. So what is column and rows? These are columns. These are columns and these are rows. So let's see the product of number of rows and number of columns in each. In the first case, how many rows are there? Only one. And how many columns? Only one. So 1 multiply 1 will be 1. So we know, children, we have learned in earlier classes about exponents and powers. We know if a number is multiplied to itself, it can be expressed as, suppose there is a number 2 which is multiplied to itself, we can write it as 2 squared. So similarly, other numbers can also be expressed as 3 squared and 4 squared. And when we multiply 3 and 3, we get 9. And when we multiply 4 and 4, we get 16 and 4 and 1. So we can see that when we counted number of small boxes in each square, it came out to be 1, 4, 9, 16, which is equal to the product of number of rows and number of columns. So we can say, in order to find the number of small boxes, we should multiply number of rows and number of columns in each squares. So this is the table for this. So we can say 1 can be expressed as 1 squared, 4 can be expressed as 2 squared, or 9 can be expressed as 3 raised to power 2, 16 can be expressed as 4 raised to power 2. And all these numbers are natural numbers, means 1 is also a natural number, 4 is also a natural number, and as well as 2 over here is also a natural number. So we can say these numbers are square numbers. These numbers are called square numbers. What are square numbers? Those numbers which can be expressed as the product of the number with itself. So now try to answer, if a square has 5 rows and 5 columns, then how many small boxes will it have? Yes. In order to find the number of small boxes, you can multiply number of columns and number of rows. So you'll get 25. So there are 25 small boxes in that particular square. See, children, over here 25 is a natural number. 25 is a natural number. It can be expressed as 5 raised to power 2. That is, it should be read as 5 squared. And 5 is also a natural number. Then we can say that 25 is a square number. So Numbers like 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, etc. are known as square numbers. So children, our chapter is squares and square roots. In general, if m is expressed as n square, if m is expressed as n square, where both m and n are natural numbers, then m is a square number. Perfect square. What is perfect square? Let us consider an example where we have a table having 2 rows and 3 columns. Then how many small boxes will it have? We will proceed with the same procedure. We'll multiply number of columns and number of rows. So we get 6. When I multiply number of rows and number of columns, I get answer as 6, and obviously there are 6 small boxes in the table. So can you tell me, can you explain, is 6 a square number or not? Let's check it. We know square of 2 is 4, and when we square 3 it came out to be 9. So 4 and 9 are square numbers, we know that, and 6 lie between 4 and 9. So if 6 has to be a square number, then it should be a square of a natural number. But there is no natural number between 2 and 3. So we say that 6 is not a square number. See, 2 and 3 are natural numbers, but there is no other natural number between 2 and 3. There is no natural number between 2 and 3. So we say that 6 is not a square number. So square numbers are also called as perfect square. That means 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, etc. are perfect squares, which are the product of a number with itself. So children, this is all for today. Hope you understood this topic, and this is your assignment for today. Thank you.